was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he.
Hi, my name is TOTANES, and I'm the writer and director of Nature Boy. Don. Don is an antisocial college dropout who falls in love with the girl of his dreams, in his dreams. But the thing is, the devil, who is in his nightmares, kidnaps the girl of his dreams. And while maintaining the struggles of reality and dreaming, he must save the girl, Natalie, by going through hell. Basically, the story is a lot of parallels between his reality and his dreaming. Throughout the day, he's exploring his life with his parents, with his best friend, Cole, his grandma, and a newly found friend, Angela. He struggles to just get along with people, especially his parents, and especially Angela, and really reflects on the dreams that he has. The dreams itself, it parallels with the classic book Dante's Inferno. Throughout the story narrative, Don goes through the stages of hell. For example, he goes through lust, then he goes to greed, anger, and finally, ultimately, he goes through the Inferno and meets the devil himself. Not only that it goes through the stages of hell, it also reflects on what happened during the day. For example, he has a fight with his parents. His parents will be in the next coming nightmare. Ultimately, it's a story about character. It's basically an internal struggle of trying to break out of your shell. And I think that anyone can relate to that kind of movie. Well, Dante's Inferno, I would like to think that we're doing a different spin on Dante's Inferno. It's because we all have this interpretation of hell to be fire and brimstone. Well, with this film, we're gonna take it to a whole different direction. We're gonna interpret into it in this different way, that hell isn't just fire, and hell just isn't about seeing people in torture. This film's gonna take it to different locations, different style. In one dream, it's gonna be a very Asian influence, and in other dreams, it could be very Greek. And ultimately, it's a very cool concept, very cool, just an epic version of hell. This is the ultimate underdog movie. It's man versus entity. Who doesn't love an underdog movie? It's an impossible love story, and that people who fall in love with someone that's impossible will understand what Don is going through. This is a film that it'll have everything for you. It'll have romance. It'll have thrills. It'll have drama, and I believe everyone who sees this will have something to relate to. And not only is very, very dramatic, it's very fun. It's an extravaganza of animation and live action combined together. There's going to be a lot of innovative scenes. You're going to see a lot of integration of both of Japanese anime to American cartoons to video games. You will see it in Nature Boy. Nature Boy has a really cool cast. Don's going to be played by Michael Arengano, who you've seen in Sky High and Art of Getting By. His best friend Cole is going to be played by Jay Baruchel, which also you see in The Sorcerer's Apprentice. She's Not That Into You, and his most famous role is the voice acting of Hiccup in How to Train Your Dragon. Now, the love interest, Natalie, will be played by Ellen Wong, as you can see, she was also in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. So the three main casts, it's very this film's going to really attract a comic book crowd, and then going to attract the superhero crowd, the fantasy crowd. Yeah. On top of the fantasy, we're also going to see some science fiction fans going through this film, because we have Sigourney Weaver going to play the grandma, and she has a very key role in this, and she really will define this film. And also for the anime fans out there, Steve Bloom's going to be the voice actor of all the demons and all the characters you see throughout the film. Steve Bloom is famous for voice acting in anime such as Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Digimon, and other stuff that you have seen that you haven't really realized that he was a voice actor for. So it's a very star-studded cast for this kind of film. It's going to attract the comic book era, the fantasy, the just people who want to escape reality will love this film.
Another cool feature in this film is the song Nature Boy. Nature Boy is a song by Nat King Cole. This song really influenced my writing and throughout this whole script, and I wanted to pay homage throughout the whole film by putting Nat King Cole songs throughout the whole narrative. It really will attract the music fans and attract the Nat King Cole fans out there, and also very beautiful music. It would totally emphasize what I'm trying to go for in this film.
I'll be producing Nature Boy, directed by TOTANES, one of the amazing to-be filmmaker. We plan to shoot in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, for one reason. The director himself is, he grew up in this area, and while developing the script, this is, he feels like this place has a connection with the characters and with the locations and just the vibe itself, the people itself. So that's one reason we'll be shooting. Well, we plan to shoot for 7 days. All the location will be here in San Francisco with local. We'll have some local actors and actresses, but then there'll be 2 main characters that will be flying from different areas, different countries. There's 2 actors and actresses that are coming from Canada, Jay Baruchel and Ellen Wong. They were very excited and very on board with this project because they were very passionate about what it stood for, and they love the script. They read it, and another thing is that they are excited that Sigourney Weaver is going to be working on this project as well. So it's very exciting, very interesting, and looking forward to that. There'll be a lot of visual effects, especially when the character goes into his dream and rescue the love of his life from his dream. So for that, we're going to be shooting on green screen, which we decided to keep it local in San Francisco. There's a place called Vic's Producer's Loft, which I've learned about on recent shoots. It's a very good place, very professional, and very a lot of independent film works on that location. Well, I decided to choose the loft because it's close to the location that we'll be shooting, throughout the whole film, just within range from each other. There'll be a lot of voice recording for the animation, so we've decided to use a recording studio at Chris's place, which is a friend of the director. He is very excited for the project, so he's willing to help us out by lending us the place for little to nothing. So that'll be very positive for our production. So this film has a lot of visual effects and a lot of animation. So we've decided to use Jamie Hewlett. He animates for the band The Gorillaz, and you know, he's a world renowned individual. So you know, it'll be a good animator for a film.
Hi, my name is Bronson, and I'm one of the producers on Nature Boy. Today I'm going to talk about the budget and give you some of the highlights of what it's going to take to make this beautiful movie come to fruition. As you know, this is a passion project that I am pleased to be a part of from the very beginning. From the very beginning, including the script revisions, we have been estimating the cost all along the way. After a year of script revision and messing with the budget and tinkering here and there, we have come up with a final budget in the amount of $285,000. Because of Sigourney Weaver and her interest in the film before the script was even complete, we have been able to attach such people as Steve Bloom, Ellen Wong, and Jay Baruchel. Because this is a passion project, we know everybody that is on this film is doing it knowing that their budget is going to be overshadowed by the budget for the post-production and the animation that this movie comes with. That's going to be emphasized in post. Well, as I said, for the above the line, which includes all the producers, the director, the writer, we have been doing this because this is something that we love. We are not intending on taking a lot of money aside from the time and expenses. We have come up with a total cost of $41,000, and like I said, that includes writing, directors, and then the 3 additional producers. We want this film to be very production heavy. While in that, we will be paying attention to things such as the art is going to be one of our primary focuses. We want to have tremendous art with the set backgrounds, to the cinematography. These are going to be the elements that are highlighted the most. So we have planned to put forth the money to get the good work done in the end. Also, we are going to have a lot of people working on this movie, and the costs don't actually come up as high as they could because we will be having a lot of students working on this film for relatively low costs. So that's going to be another advantage of the production in itself. Another aspect that we are going to be focusing on production are going to be the set dressings, which I guess you can consider all part of the art, but we are really going to try and emphasize the reality and make sure that it blends in really well with the animation. Well, as you know, a big portion of this film is actually going to be in animation. Fortunately for us, we have had interest from Jamie Hewlett from the very beginning. Otherwise, the cost of the production would be about triple that. He's doing this as a favor and as passion, would like to be part of this project. Even as so, it's still going to come up to a really high amount of $78,000, which is going to be a big portion of our budget. Lastly, a good portion of our budget is going to be going to marketing. We really want this to be interactive, as Kagure has mentioned, bringing people along with the ride through the production. So we feel that the outcome is going to be well worth putting in the money for all the things we have to do for marketing. So with the 3 main elements, with cast and producers, we're going to attribute $41,000. For the production, we would like to give that area about $145,000. For our post-production, we're dedicating $78,000. That is going to bring our total up to $285,000.
Hi, my name is KAGURE, and I am here to present a marketing strategy for Nature Boy, a feature film, an indie feature film by the newly highly acclaimed director Sean TOTANES. Mainly what kind of marketing we will do on this film is not only regular marketing out on the streets, because that does cost money, and working with a $20,000 budget, our safest bet is to go online, social media. That's where we're hitting hard. That's what we want to do. These are our friends. The first thing we'd like to do is create an online following, and this has to start early in the process, before production. In pre-production, the marketing strategy is being built. We're finding ways to gain followers, to gain fans. Film students can be gotten at this point because we can start a website showing people moving, the production of the film, starting from day 1 to day 7. We can show people what it's like to make a movie. We can gather our fans, have insider tips, little things that will keep them waiting and wanting for more. There's the idea that negative hype can be built. Hype in general can be too much, and when the movie comes out, there's a disappointment among the audience that you've built, the fan base. But in that case, what you have to do, or what the strategy is here, is to play off that negative hype and have people talk about it even more. No matter which way they're talking about it, the more they talk about it, the more it's seen, the more it's heard of, the more people want to know what's going on with this film. Why are people talking about it? Another thing we want to do is attach names of crew as they are online, crew and cast, to their presence in the film, so that when people Google either the name of the filmmaker or a cast member or anything, they're attached to the film. This brings them, their friends, their family, their fans on along to the film with them. The main thing that we have, our main strategy, or the main way we are trying to get this started, to set the ball rolling for the strategic marketing plan for the movie, is to start off with a concert, and it's a charity-based concert. It will have local bands, namely Zanzibar and Native Elements, who are friends of the director. He has friends in those bands, and they will be able to promote the movie, and they will show up at this charitable event. It's also in conjunction with the Boys and Girls Club of America, and it promotes literacy through the comic book genre, allowing people to understand, especially children. This will allow children to understand where they stand in society. It's an anti-bullying campaign, bring their parents along. This kind of thing will launch a social, moral kind of aspect towards the film, and will help when people believe in something, they push it forward even more. And so this is our strategy to enhance our fan base and get this film seen. From this point, if we have a large enough following, this is even before we started shooting, and then during shooting we go on with the website, with the bands, having the performances up on sites such as YouTube, Facebook, anywhere we can. We'll just keep on pushing. So that's what I'm focusing on right now.
And then one day, a magic day, he passed my way. And while we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved.